this is Kevin.
I'm Logan,
and we're from Krom Americas. Today we're going to take a quick look at the Krom butterfly valves and their version of the linear flow control known as the VFC.
So now let's go take a closer look.
All right, here's our the Krom basic butterfly valve that you've seen other versions of, I'm sure. Just a wafer style valve. It comes in various sizes, which we'll show you on the screen later. I just wanted to mention, how easy these are to mount to our actuators, our IC20s or IC40s, whichever one you may happen to have. You just pop it on there like that. You take the mounting bolts, and they're bolts kind of like this, but they're actually a little longer that you can buy, and they mount through the actuator side. You just tighten those up, and that thing's ready to go on that. We also offer a manual valve. It goes on much the same way if you can get it lined up right. And it mounts with these bolts here, same way. And these bolts actually come with this kit. And I wanted to mention, once you get this set, if you have a certain opening you want to leave it at, you can lock these down with this set screw right here, and it should stay there until somebody decides they want to loosen it up and move it again. So that's really about all there is to say about the butterfly valve that I can think of. So Logan's going to take you through the linear flow control. It's a little bit more complex, but here we go.
All right, so let's get into the VFC. We've got two different sizes here. We've got the size 1 and the size 3. Between these two, they can go from 3/8 all the way to 2.5 inch, and that can be MPT or RP. You can see the flanges here and the bolts that hold them on. These are size 1, but we have a bunch of different sizes for the size 3 as well. They go on much like they do for our VAS, VAD, you name it. They all go together very similarly. These can be controlled by the IC20 and 40, much like the butterfly valve Kevin just talked about here. These get a little more complicated. To make sure that these will work for your application, it's best for us to run a flow calculation through a website we have, and that'll tell us which size cylinder would be best for your application and your numbers and what have you. But we have a 3D printed manual adjustment for these, just for the sake of demonstrating. So these are flow directional, of course. So we've got our arrow there, so that tells us that this is going to be the inlet side. So as we move this from 0 to 90 degrees, you can see how that linear opening just gets bigger as it goes up to 90. So the size 3 is the same thing, just obviously larger. That's about all there is for these guys. These do have ports, so you can put test points on there if you'd like. So that's about all there is to the butterfly valves and the VFC. So there's one last thing I'd like to point out about the VFC and the butterfly valves. So with the butterfly valves, you get simplicity. With the VFC, you get fine-tuning ability. When you have your butterfly valve open more than 50% or so, anything after that, you're not really getting much of an increase. With the VFC, at every position, you're getting just a little bit more flow through that VFC. So I just wanted to make that point. While the VFC does cost more, if you really need that ability to fine-tune, the VFC is the way to go.
As always, if you have any questions about either type of these valves,
please feel free to reach out at support@kromamericas.com.
Thanks for watching.